Yeah, I would say I do.
Are you doing a presentation?
No, just playing video because I don't have a presentation. The reason that I don't have a presentation this morning is because I didn't make one up, although I did look into all these great videos for Plugless Power. But our speaker will be late. She didn't realize how long it would take to commute from Oakland down here. So we'll.
This episode might be bars. Let's talk about charging.
Stop thinking. No, let's take that's very interesting.
First thing we can do is get some terminology out of the way. This thing I'm holding right here in my hand is a charging.
Correct him. At one point, this Alex guy, I follow him on YouTube. At one point, he made a comment about the plug-in Prius being running, depending upon where you live, running on dirty power or on clean power. And I was like, okay, so you're not counting the gasoline made for the gas cars, right? Because that's not produced in the United States, and therefore it's obviously on clean power. And his comment was like, well, don't have to get that thing. Like, if you're gonna play apples to apples, then let's talk about it that way. So one of my extremely long comments points out that regardless of where you get your gasoline, it's probably made with dirty power. And then you're going to be making dirty power with it. Yeah, exactly. So
a lot of refineries have their own power plants.
Right. So I was just like, all right. So if you buy a plug-in Prius in Michigan or in Indiana or something where you have full power, then yes, you'll probably be charging it off of dirty power. But compared to how much more pollution you're making with just a straight gas car, I don't think it's a solid comparison. But he cleaned up his act, fortunately, and he got it straight. I don't need to play this for you guys. You already know how that works. But I guess it is a good thought, because as Ron mentioned earlier when we were outside, how many of you guys think that this concept is future viable? Induction power.
Oh, yeah.
You like induction power? Like induction power? Okay. What? It's the efficiency, right? All 50% of it?
Well, there is one issue though with driverless cars, especially when they get to driverless cars as a service. They need the car to be able to drive to someplace where it's plugging without having it to plug in. So therefore, where I was driving, makes a lot of sense. All other cases, I don't see.
Yeah, but the thing I was thinking, oh, Ron, go ahead.
I think plugless for myself is that we would like to do USB stuff a little bit more out. That's what I want. But Japanese could not always
You're talking about Americans. Yeah, exactly. We're the ones who want cup holders, so and that's a feature, right?
You're talking about Lorraine who doesn't like to plug in. Seriously? Really? You need to go out and plug your US card. Really? You want to know how to?
So just tell me, it's down to 60% in volume.
It reminds me,
You want to plug it,
as much as I hate Dr. Phil, is you want to be right, so you will be. No.
Well, regardless of who's plugging in it, I was thinking it from the standpoint of the non-adopters, people who haven't quite gotten to it yet. Right now, you only plug in if you have a gas vehicle. You're plugging something into the gas vehicle maybe once a week or maybe twice a week, as opposed to every single day. I guess it's not really that difficult compared to the cost savings, but I don't know if everyone looks at it that way. I agree. You know, you drive past gas stations going, whoa, you don't have to do that anymore. But I actually miss gas stations because I forget to wipe my windshield off.
Like they were saying, Plugless Power has a future for autonomous cars.
Right. The question I have is, when are they going to start putting it in parking garages and out in public? And they say it's worthy, but I'd be worried about it. You know, somebody running over it and destroying it. You know, channeling the parking space. Obviously, it needs to be submerged in the ground. Pardon? I mean, unless it's a default speed bump. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it because it would be less complicated in some sense when you're going to a parking garage. But at the moment, I don't think they're anywhere. So it's the same issue with level 3 being everywhere. Question?
In a public parking garage, there's less chance of vandalism. Plugless Power.
That's true. Probably, yeah. There is one exactly. Is it the ones? Is it the
It's the other building that we wandered over to, and there were a bunch of solar panels, they had all.
Oh yeah, no, that's a different company. That's the San Diego company. Yeah, they're all over the place. Google has tons of those things. I'm talking about this inductive charging would be convenient. But
What's the power loss?
they claim 12% for the volt model and 7% for those. No, it's the level. It's level 1 is 7%. Level 2 is 12%.
So you lose 7% of what you pay for if you're charging.
If you're using induction, right? Well, yeah, but that's because the limit right now at level 2 is only 3.8 kilowatt, which is per volt normal. That's the normal charging per volt. Question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Is the guy on his way here?
It's a girl, but yes.
Okay, so we'll be getting him with all the questions about this. When we get our
Right. No, I know. I'm just calling discussion because at the moment, other than knowing that in the coming month, April, being Earth Month, we will be having a lot of meetings, but I'm not as heavily involved in that because I'm not technically president anymore. And honestly, I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone for not posting the event at an appropriate time. I did post it, but without any date or any location. So there was a huge title and all this information, and I just completely forgot because I was so busy. I've been working on my house to get it cleaned up and ready to sell, and on we posted on last Friday, we listed it Friday, and we accepted an offer on Wednesday. So 5 days. Yeah.
It's a good time to be selling.
It's a very good time to be selling. And considering our $800,000 listing was the cheapest in the market. I know. It's ridiculous. I couldn't afford to live here anymore.
Did they get the price up?
Yes, they did. A lot.
Good, that's good.
It didn't reach $1 million, but it was close.
Since we're digressing just a little bit, can I put in a plug for more cars from Mission College?
Yes, that's not digress. That is topic appropriate.
21st, that's a Thursday, 10:30 to 1:30, and we kind of get there about 10 and set up. And we used to have a pretty good turnout. So, and we got pretty good lineup so far. I'd like to see more cars. We got room for about 14 cars. I think I've got about 5 to 7. I'll take
more like
yeah. It's always fun because the students there, but also there's other people there from the neighborhood and stuff. And so we had a pretty good turnout at Mission. And
what month is that?
Next month, April 21st, Earth Week.
Yeah, Earth Week, right?
Yeah.
A lot more. I talked to Paul. There's a lot more events on Earth Day this year than there were in past years. But the same events we'll be doing. I believe Ken has already signed us up for Cupertino. So if you guys want to sign up for Cupertino, we'll get a list up for that. Then Sunnyvale's not doing it this year because they only do it oddly enough every 5 years.
Really?
This is their rule, not mine.
Weird.
So Cupertino.
Because after all, it doesn't heat up every year. It's just every 5th year.
Yeah, every 5th year is when it happens. Exactly. Yeah, right. We're only concerned about it every 5 years. Cupertino, Santa Clara for sure. and it's going to be the same place. I know David was there last year. We're going to the exact same place at probably the same physical location on the property. But we need to get there at least an hour early if we're going to do it.
That's
it's
the park.
Yeah, in the park. It's in the park. Come in. You know, I think it's is it Bowers? Is it, what's the name of the street? Kylie. Yeah, come in on the Kylie side, near Homestead. There's a little parking lot on that side. That's where we enter, and we'll drive through the park to our position. I think we can have up to 5 cars. Last year we had 3, so the more the merrier. I don't know the actual numerical address. I just know that it's really close to the corner of Homestead and Kylie, and then just like 200 yards north of that on Kylie, there's a parking lot that you want to come in on the right. It's on the right hand side when you're going north. And it's pardon? I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't have all that information up. But,
is there a list somewhere?
There will be a list.
Weekdays, but we might do that once again.
Yeah, the most of the events will be weekdays. That's almost always the way it is. And I realize not everyone can go to that because of that timing. And even for me, because of my job, I can't typically go to every single event. Like thus far, I've never been able to actually complete an event because it always interrupts. There will be, yes. 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 Now that I'm, Kent, go ahead, please. Oh, so it's on the Earth Day. Cool. Okay. So 10 to 2 Friday. What day is this, the Cupertino event? You know, it's usually early in the month.
Yeah, the mission event is on Thursday, the 21st.
Yeah, so the day before, so 2 consecutive. I know in the first year that I was president, I had 4 consecutive events.
I'll teach you.
One interesting fact, just from having done the website now for 2.5 years, if you look up electric car or annual Earth Day events, regardless, even if you look it up just anywhere in the United States, you'll find our events as one of the top places on Google search.
Oh, great.
So when we're doing Earth Day related and electric vehicle related stuff, we're almost always at the top. And it's kind of fun just for those keywords to be at the top of the list. If we were actually putting ads on, we would be making pretty good money. So good SEO practices. Yeah. You find it, Ken? Okay, well, I guess I could look it up, but I expect probably the first week of April will typically happen in the first. It's like the first Saturday of the month, but if the Saturday is too early on, it'll probably be the second Saturday. Okay, I remember it being the 7th to the 9th. Anyways, Santa Clara, Cupertino, Los Altos is always on a Sunday. It's Los Altos Hills. It's always on a Sunday after Earth Day. Most people can't make that because it's only in the afternoon. It's like 1 to 4, but thankfully Jerry always does that for us. I'm grateful to do that. Saturday?
Yeah, we have one probably park there.
There was a San Jose event 2 years ago. I don't think there was one last year. And I don't know if it's actually happened. I haven't seen the announcement, but I have to do that. But we almost never go to that. And that's the thing that I was strange. Like 2 years ago, it was actually at San Jose State. And it would be nice if we could do it then. But I don't know. When I talked to Tom, he said there's some weird stigma about going to it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was sponsored by a gas company and didn't do that. Yeah, that'll be in July, I think. Early July. Yeah, that's a long ways off. But I'm mostly concerned about the things coming up in April because we typically have most of them like Cupertino's early, and then we have 4 to 5 events late, right around Earth Day, which you call it, college too, right? And then there'll probably be one in early May. That's what's happened the last 2 years. Oh, what's that, Ken? It is. Wow. They moved like yeah. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to be closer to Earth Day this year. So it's like Easter falling so early. I don't know, maybe it's because Easter's falling early. That's the other bit. Anyways, so oh, did you look it up? Oh, right. I'm just saying. Oh, great. She's here. Morning. Morning. Come on down. We're trying to have an informal meeting like the old times before anybody was really organized. So if you want to use your own laptop.
So I can do my own laptop.
Good. Whatever you want to do.
So this is like documentation. I was sitting there talking to my coworker about how cool it was that I was going to be presenting at the EASP meeting. And he's like, "Oh, when is that?" I was like, "Oh, it's at 10." And I realized I was quite late. Ready. And I ran out of the house. So, sorry.
Chromebooks are never that fast.
Really?
No, that's talking about Chromebooks.
Okay, that's good. So I can distribute.
So I wasn't sure if you were going to present on a topic explicitly or just general plugless.
I'm going to do a very general plugless spiel. And then I will try to answer any questions I have. You guys probably half of you in here could build your own inductive charger, in which case you know a heck of a lot more about it than I do on the technical side. So, did I what?
You offered as a kid?
As a kid?
You packed parts?
Not yet, but you know, that might help us meet our production deadlines. I will ask engineering if they would let you guys do that, just for EAA only.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the show of hands here. You guys here are the E-kits, N-kits, I-kits, M-kits.
Keeps that. Oh, no, just second display driver.
Yay. Okay, well, it's loading, but I'm not for slides.
Hey.
Cool. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'm Mia Yamaguchi, born and raised in the Monterey area. Now I live in the East Bay, and I'm plugless. And plugless makes the world's first wireless interview charger, at least the first one that's not built by you guys, that is available commercially directly to consumers. And we're very excited about it. The way that I got hooked up with them, I actually started off my career in environmental research at UC Berkeley's Renewable Appropriate Energy Laboratory, where we ran the largest carbon footprint reduction competition between households ever. It's called the Cool California Challenge, right? And I really loved it, and it had a lot of meaning, and I was a big carbon footprint geek. But I realized that I don't do well having to go to cubicle every day. So I kind of ran away, and I got into event marketing. And And I was thinking, wow, I wish there was something where I could be interacting face to face with people and be able to in the sales marketing sphere, but it's so connected to all this time and care that I invested in trying to make this whole climate issue suck a little bit less. And then I was on this one event gig where I was a Chevy Volt specialist because I have a Chevy Volt and I thought, why not? And I was taking somebody on a test drive and he turned out to be the business-to-business lead for Plugless. And at the end of that, he said, hey, send me your information, and 5 rounds of interviews later, I was hired. And that was last month. And I'm very, very excited to be here today. And it's been a really crazy month already. Lots and lots of events that I've been to. I think I've had a day off since March 6th. So forgive me if I'm a little bit. Okay, so now I'm living the green dream. We have 2 electric cars. We just got our 4 kilowatt solar array turned on. Very excited. And of course, we get to charge with Plugless, which means that when we pull into our garage, our EVs are ready to charge on schedule, of course. And so Plugless was started by Tom Hoff. And his background, he'd been working with inductive charging forever. He had started a company called MTC Transformers. And so, of course, you guys know, inductive charging is not new. Inductive power transfer is not new. It's in transformers in the grid. It's in the holder for your electric toothbrush. We've all seen those funky phone chargers at Starbucks that are supposedly wireless. But he saw EVs finally starting to regain some traction. He got really excited about the idea of freeing the EVs and of making not only cities cleaner and having more zero emission vehicles, but also having them all charge seamlessly wherever you were. I mean, integrated into places you were going to be anyway. But in order to have that vision ever come true, you need to have plugless ready cars. And so our big focus is the plugless level 2 wireless charger, which is the setup that you're looking at here. And let's see. Okay, this is about as technical as my diagrams are going to get for me. I will pull up the tech specs for you guys later, so I'm sure you're going to have more questions. But once you pull into your garage, you're going to see the control panel right here, which lets you know that you're about lined up, because you're probably going to be pretty good on before I start to be, but you know. And that's also the power to 12 there, which is put in my head code, which you can see by the code that comes on the car, which converts that into the engine of the car. Actually, everything is the exact same, the exact same protocol that it does in its charging. So it's nice that we don't have to modify software for the car, we don't have to cut anything, we don't have to drill anywhere. The car actually can't even tell the difference between the plugless charger and its standard OEM, to the fact that it's level 2, it's faster. And yeah.
There's no wire going from that pad that's in the car to the battery pack charging stuff. How's that happen?
Yeah.
Yes, that's one.
Yeah, that's our whole sales pitch. There is no wire.
It's wireless.
It's wireless charger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's our gimmick. And so, what this means is the only time anything is ever plugged in is when you first have this installed into our 240 outlet or just wire into your circuit. You plug in your system once, and your EV is set up for charging the speed like that. Yeah.
So you just said people you don't extend your car to people.
Yeah, yeah. And so we're really aimed towards people who are going to upgrade to level 2 anyway. And for anybody who's going to upgrade to level 2, at least here in the US, you're probably going to have an extra driver outlet, 240 outlet put in.
So most
yeah, so then if you want to go level 2, you have to do a whole lot of upgrades. So we say, if you're going to go to the trouble of getting set up to charge level 2, we may as well actually get a user benefit out of it, better experience rather than plug in level 1 and plug in 2. So you can plug in level 1 to just get it all set up at once. And then you're putting 6 for your car on schedule. Yeah. So for the Volt, we of course just have a frequency charger and a frequency because it would be less safe to try to control that. And we are about to release our 7.2 kilowatt system for testing LS in April. It's going to start shipping to some reservations now. We'll have an LS because we're the first adopters. And
Can you speak up a little louder? Barely hear what you're saying.
is this on?
It should be, yes.
Okay, is this better?
Lift the mic.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yikes. Powerful. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'll talk from here. That saves my voice anyway. So thanks. Was there a bit that an answer to a question that you wanted to hear in particular that I was quiet on? Yeah.
You come out with the 7.4, can you drive the 6.6 leaf on top of it?
You know, I had just got that question a few times yesterday, and I still need to ask Jake or one of the other guys in engineering, which, by the way, they're all putting these things together in Richmond, Virginia, go USA, to verify that. So I'm not sure. Yeah.
The initial installation, putting the pad in the car and wiring to where the battery connection is made.
Yep.
How long does that take?
You mean the adapter onto the car?
How long
Between 1 and 2 hours. And what we do is, well, in the Bay Area, it's a little bit easier, but if, for instance, we had a Plugless purchase in somewhere in Indiana where we didn't have anybody ever purchased before, we fly our tech out and train a technician at a dealership. So that's how we've been expanding our territory, which has been really awesome. You guys are basically covering all my future slides. So that's how we've been expanding our territories. Each time we get a new seed, that creates this new area that's even more ready to go public. Yeah.
Well, about the ability of someone that builds his own electric vehicle, how's that going to do?
Currently, we only support the Nissan Leaf, the Chevy Volt, Cadillac ELR, and then soon the Tesla Model S. The reason is not because of the pad itself, but because we put a lot of work into designing the adapters that go on the car to make sure that A, we don't have to do any permanent modifications to the car, that it's fully reversible, you can return it to factory, and B, that it won't change the clearance of the car. So anytime, even though the adapter comes down off the back, the casing, for instance, on the Volt, that covers the exhaust pipes, which they have there, is actually a little bit lower, so we don't change the clearance of the car. Yeah, that's why it takes us a little bit of time to get new versions up. Okay, any others right now? You guys might have covered everything that I have in the rest of my slides. Oh, well, the Apollo program, we didn't cover that. So more on the story of Plugless. So Tom has this vision of taking more Plugless, taking all EV Plugless. And so he creates a spin-off from MTC Transformers, which is called EvaTran, which is eventually becomes Plugless. We're kind of co-branded right now, which is interesting. Yes. Yeah. So someone brought that up earlier, and I hadn't heard of anything like that before, but I will ask Jay. I have a guess about that, which is that since we are the first ones to have this technology, they're probably pretty protective about it. They're probably going to be pretty protective about technology at this stage in our development. But I would certainly ask, because I think it would be pretty darn cool if you had your own vintage Chevy truck that you convert to electric and you can make your car system. Yeah.
So you have Google and Gary talking to them about their autonomous vehicles. I wouldn't be in those conversations if those conversations were to happen. So the reason they're up here on our Apollo program is that in 2012 and 2013, we had a huge series of big tests with a bunch of partners who helped us figure out and iron out our technology. And so it included Google, university partners, and national labs. And with them, we completed 15,000 charging hours of testing over those 2 years. And then we were able to sell directly to consumers. And so until 2 months ago, maybe, we didn't do a lot of outreach like this. We didn't really have people like me coming out and talking to the public. We just had it on our website. You can buy it if you want to. We'll get it set up for you. And especially in the last year, it's been doing really well. It's starting to pick up. which is why, so 4 years later, we have, between all of our customers, we have over 450,000 charging hours, which if you do the math, is I believe over half a century of continuous charging. It's all been on one charger. And we've got people all over the USA going Plugless. Like I mentioned, we expand by flying our guy out to train a new tech every time we get a purchase in a new region. And then the growth and expansion of me being hired. Oh, that just got louder. Hey. Okay. Can I stand like this now?
Good.
Okay.
Hurt the old back already, huh?
My mom's a Pilates trainer. She would have just hated me standing like that. It's just not. So we're just really, really excited about the Tesla charger coming out. I'm personally excited to be on the team now. We're building out our San Francisco office. It's just like opened over the last couple of months, and I get to do events like being here. And something we're really excited about is bringing on partners. And so I've been talking with EA. We want to get something set up where we can donate a really good chunk to EAA and give a discount to EA members if they do decide to go on this with us, which I'm really excited. Yeah.
I'm putting together a conversion using a Nissan Leaf. Would I be able to get your parts and adapt my
because
truck?
your powertrain actually is from a Leaf?
It is all Nissan Leaf all the way
From a
through.
3.3?
What? What's that?
A 3.3 kilowatt Leaf?
6.6 actually.
Okay, we're still working on releasing the 6.3.
Oh, okay.
But I would be very
That
curious.
would
What are
be
you
an
converting?
absolute gas.
Well, technically it wouldn't be a gas, but sorry, I'd be very charged up about it though.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
What do you convert? Okay, well, anyways, we're gonna go there.
Ask him about what's wrong with me.
Yeah. So what's your name?
Doug,
Doug, what are you converting, Doug?
pardon?
What are you converting with the Leaf?
I have an old an old Dodge Rampage, which is a little front wheel drive truck.
Huh,
Cuter than Dickens.
that's so cool.
And it's been on the road as electric for many years. I'm upgrading it to Nissan Leaf drivetrain.
Did you bring it today?
No, it's not running yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you get it running, I'd love to see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep you up to date.
The charging station, is it going to be automatic, where you just drive in and automatically turns on, or?
Yes, exactly. So, but I do want to emphasize, so if you just drove in with a brand new off-the-lot car, just turn on. But most of us, I mean, we probably all set up our cars to charge when electricity is cheap for when it's not using our solar, right? And so, since we don't have to change the software at all of that, so until you're charging, you'll still get your text messages from OnStar saying your battery's full, all that.
The other question I was going to ask is, since it's automatic, what about safety features, like let's say a person has a pacemaker, and
If you-
like a person has a pacemaker,
Yeah,
so are you going to be sure that it won't affect?
that's a very good question. Yeah. So there is a strong electromagnetic field. If you have a pacemaker and this is on, do not get under the car. Do not. But if you're standing next to the car, because of how quickly electromagnetic fields deteriorate over time, the power. You guys
I know what it
you
is.
can probably do that. By the time you're standing next to the car, you're experiencing regular levels of ambient electromagnetic fields that we have from living in cities. So then you're fine. But if you have a pacemaker, don't go underneath the car and check out. There's nothing to see when it's charging. It's just wireless. Yeah. Do you have a pacemaker?
No, but like, I know, for example, I work sometimes around electricity, and I don't even have to touch it, I sense it.
Yeah. Well,
that's just normal electricity going through wires.
so it's a little bit different than the electricity going through wires because there is no live electricity moving.
But I also know people, that we're in a certain field. If you're in a certain field,
Yeah.
you're gonna notice,
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, definitely don't crawl under
Yeah, but
a
it's not
plugless
just flying
charging
around.
car.
What's the area around the fire that's gonna be a safe area?
I can get an exact diagram from engineering, but what I've been educated on is that by the time you're standing next to the car, so that's pretty darn close, you're experiencing ambient. But I will. You guys are one of my test cases. I know that these are the kind of questions I will get working down here in South Bay, so it's really good. You're really helping me by having me tested out here in early cases. Yeah.
Well, okay. A person probably not gonna call them a park. A cat, so squirrel.
The cat question. I was wondering when I was going to get the cat question. It's usually the first one. If I touched it and I'm not wearing a pacemaker and I'm not wearing a metal glove or something, I'd be fine. So that's it doesn't interact with like bio tissue, so if the cat walks over and it's okay. The only thing it can interact with is metal. So if the cat is wearing a collar with a tag, then the sensor that's running multiple times a second to check to see if there's any interference will automatically shut the thing down. Yeah, we like cats. We want to keep cats. Yeah.
Looking at your website.
Yeah.
You need a section in there about safety.
Oh, that should be definitely in our FAQs. There's a is it safe FAQ.
It's not on there now.
Okay, I'll double check that. Are you on the FAQs page?
There's Wi-Fi here.
Are you on the about page? Yes, Linda. Okay,
That's
that's pretty much all I got. That was my overview. Like I said, I was going to keep it pretty broad level and then go into questions. And so you guys kind of asked them all along the way. So we were very efficient, which I guess should surprise me.
You didn't even peek at your slides.
Yeah, because I had barely even, okay, yeah.
Right, so if you're done with your presentation, I have a question.
Yeah.
Talk about efficiency.
Okay, yeah. So of course, yeah, when you're transferring power over a gap, you're going to have an efficiency loss. And most people are expecting it to be really high because of what they heard of with cell phone chargers. We've actually been able, so okay, when you are plugged in with a level 1 corded manual charger, you're looking at 95% efficiency. When you're plugged in with a corded level 2 charger, you're looking at 98% efficiency. And ours actually is an 88% efficiency system. So for wireless, we are really, really excited about that. If you're a hypermiler, probably won't be your thing. But what we're really excited about is, do you guys, you know how when you talk to people who have never driven an EV, they've deleted all the time they spend going to gas stations from their brain. They just don't understand that exists. And like, oh, we have to plug it in all the time. And so it just is one less thing to be in the way of doing the adoption. And it's really cool.
Did you say 88%?
Yes, yeah.
That's a level 2 though. A level 1 is different.
So we don't have a level 1 charger. Partly because it's a premium charger, and so if you have a free level 1, you don't.
Well, I guess I'm quoting from your website. I read it a couple of days ago that said, compared to a level 1, you lose 7%. Compared to a level 2, you lose 12%.
Yeah.
So, and there's no level 3. So.
Yeah.
There's no count level.
Yeah. And that, that is certainly part of our larger vision. The idea is to make electric vehicle charging someday in the future. The Sunday City charges parts, they would probably see more ways of things they can product. Right now, it's available as a in-home direct-to-consumer system. With dynamic charging? I'm going to have to propose that to engineering. I can't think of a reason why not, but I'm going to have to ask engineering. Interesting. That would be very exciting. I mean, of course, if we get a contract from the Federal Highway Administration to build a roadways, I'm sure we would make it work right. Sorry, that's completely speculation on my part. Yeah, any other questions? Yes? Price availability. So you can outright buy your Volt ELL charger right now. If it's a 3.3 leaf or a 2015 or earlier Volt, you can reserve your 2016, 2017 Volt system, and they should be shipping in April or May. You can reserve your Tesla Model S system, and the first ones that were reserved are just supposed to start shipping in April. And pricing is more expensive than a corded charger. So all those run what, $500?
500 to 1,000.
There are 500 to 1,000. Ours start at the Volt system is $1,260. And of course, you're still eligible, or you may still be eligible for the federal tax credit of 30% off of both your system and any electrical work you have to do. up to $1,000. And we have some electrical partners who will give you a discount on the electrical while you guys help me not do this yourself. Your friend will give them a discount on their electrical work if it's being done in order to do a public service.
Plus the discount that you're giving to us.
Plus the discount that you get from APA.
You're free.
Yeah.
No, the testimony.
On the car.
For installing the upfront part, yes, we completely take care of that. We organize it with the dealership and we'll set up the times with them. And if need be, we train a new tech at a dealership near you. So it's kind of cool if you, well, there's probably a lot of dealerships down here that are already set up. I know that Momentum Chevy is going to be installing for our Bolts in the area. We have a big launch event with them yesterday. It was really fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Momentum Chevy incentive, they actually, they have a working one installed just past the service bay, and they also have a demo unit, which is actually set up on a hack TV stand that I turned into.
Which dealership was that? Capital?
Momentum.
Momentum.
Momentum. I missed that.
Yeah,
Stevens
Momentum
Creek,
Chevy in San Jose on.
Stevens Creek and
Stevens Creek.
Santa Moss.
Yeah. So tell them I sent you.
Momentum Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Would this system be upgradable as new cars come out with bigger chargers?
So if you had a 7.2 kilowatt system for the pad and the wall, and you were moving to a different car that also wanted a 7.2 kilowatt charger, you'd just be swapping out the adapter, which is much less than buying a whole new system. And we want to make sure customers stay with us. So if you did need to do a full system upgrade, you're going from 2.3 to 7.2, you do a really big discount so that you can very incentivize to stay with that charger.
So if you bought like one that had like a 3 kilowatt pad, whatever,
Yeah.
you went and bought another car that had a 7 kilowatt charger on it.
Yeah.
Then
you would need a whole new
you
system.
upgrade that.
But I mean, that would be the case of corded level 2, right? If you had a 3.3 corded level 2 and you wanted to go to 7.2, you have a whole new system. So we just want to make sure we give you a really, really, really nice thank you for staying with us discount if you do upgrade with us. Yeah.
Well, for someone that has like multiple cars that are selected.
Yeah.
You guys can do every individual units, you use one and add to.
If they each have an adapter, you can in theory use them both in the same system, but then every time you park, you have to press a button for it to pair with them, with your car that you switch to. So I think that's.
The future expansion will probably lead to automatic pairing.
Really, they're working on that right now.
Let's say you want both cars, you try to at the same time. You do it.
No, so it's still.
You get the 2 units.
It still delivers just 3.3. And so, I mean, yeah, I especially want that to get going because we want to have this work for companies. And they, of course, want to be able to have a car. So, yeah.
Yeah, because if you're gonna have, you know, a Tesla and a Volt and a Leaf all coming to the company, you're gonna be able to want to exchange to the different vehicles.
Yeah, exactly. In that particular use case scenario, you would need at least 2 because yeah, cool.
So where's the rest of your slides?
My dog ate them. With that.
Me too.
Actually, the base unit, it sounds like the base unit is the same for everything, and then what you have is a different plate that puts in the car depending on the.
I would actually really like to talk to engineering about that too, because I'm getting this swapping question a lot, which is awesome. I mean, above my knowledge, we'll be talking about them, to be honest, it's right. So, on my list now. Yeah.
You are the labs.
Oh, we use electronic testing lab certification, which I need to look up whether it's the one or not.
Yeah, it actually says the electronic testing lab,
Yeah,
ETL. It's not UL, it's ETL.
ETL. Yeah.
Let's just start with that question I didn't think about. What about, let's say something happens and insurance, like let's say a fire happens, insurance looks at that and they go, that wouldn't be all.
I think our ETL certification is as equally equivalent. Yeah, it's equally. Yeah, they torture tested it and wonder to make sure that it's what we did. Yeah.
We've got to put together this office for the dealer, and one of the dealer does it, but actually put it in there, doesn't put the one.
It does
doesn't void the warranty. We've been working with Nissan and Chevy dealerships for a while. But even if a non-dealership technician does it, it's still fully reversible. And under the Magnuson Warranty Act, anything that is fully reversible cannot affect the warranty. And so because we don't have to cut into the car splice or anything, we actually get to use OEM plugs for connecting it to the battery system. And so it can be returned to factory acceptable condition. And if you do have a lease, for instance, and need to get it taken off at the end, we can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't talk about lease pricing, did you?
I didn't, and I would have to pull that up because all these different lease pricings for all the different models.
It varies, but from what I remember from the website, it was like, well, between 40 and 60, depending upon the vehicle per month. There's a $250 starting fee, or no, it's $150.
Yeah.
$150 initial fee, and then the Leaf I think is 40, the Volt is 50, and the Tesla is 60 per month. And then when you're done to remove it, it's early termination fee I think is $250.
Yeah, but otherwise, if you keep it through your lease, then we can put it on removal. What I would do, I mean, if I were leasing an electric car, for me personally, I wouldn't own my next car to be electric too. So I would buy the system on our 0% 12-month plan because I don't want to have to shell out as much upfront, and it's no interest in me. And then what we've noticed, and I think we should get the actual numbers on this, is that if your car is plugless ready, it actually helps resale value a little bit because it doesn't change anything of the car, but if they wanted to, they could go plugless more easily. Yeah. Yes.
You glossed over the accuracy with which you need to park the car.
Oh, yeah. So I am the world's worst parker ever. And I was able to get in 2 tries at the R&D center. And that's